Hello and welcome back. So now in this video we will learn how to export a game from the Unity. So as you can see now our whole game is completed. Okay, we will just simply export this whole game. So first of all click on the file and then build settings, and right here you can add all of your scenes, okay, which will be using inside your game. For example, I have this main menu scene, then I have this Zombieland 1, Zombieland 1 and Zombieland 2. Okay, I have these three main scenes. Sorry, four main scenes, and the first one is the main menu. So you can just let me delete the last one. Okay, and how you will add right here is just simply drag and drop that in there. And as you know, when every game starts first, it shows the main menu. So that's why the main menu is at the top, and then these three scenes are at the bottom. Okay, so in this way you can add all of your scenes. And then for now let me close that, and in the edit let's go inside the project settings. Okay, here is the input manager. Then you have the audios. You can set the volume for your game. And now if we click on this player right here, you can add your company name. For example, I will type Wits, and then right here you can add your product name or the game name, and then right here you can add the version of your game. Okay, so we will just set this to 0.1, and then right here you can select your game icon. As you can see right here, this is the Unity icon. Okay, so in that way you can add your own game icon. Click on the sprites, and from here you can add the icon. Okay, you can select your own, but now just for testing I will select this icon and just simply drag and drop that in there. So this will be my game icon, and right here you can select your cursor as well. In most of the game you will notice that when we play that game there is a different cursor inside the game, so you can add the cursor sprite right here. And then there are many icons, as you can see. This is all of the icons. For example, if we see right here, this is just a small icon, so this is this one. Okay, when some player will play our game, then as you can see right here it shows the Unity icon, then in the same way it will show the small icon. And when the icon is on the screen or inside some folder in the field view, it will look like this. So this is basically all of the sizes for our icon. Okay, after the icon we have the resolution and presentation. So right here we will leave this as it is, but let's remove this run in background. And also we want our game to be a resizable window, so take that. You can play around with this option, okay, and choose all of the option according to your game. Okay, but I will make this a resizable window. And after that you can select your own splash screen. As you can see, in most of the game, when the game started, first show a splash screen, so you can select your own as well. For example, if we see the Unity default splash screen, let me just resize that, and let's click on preview. And as you will notice, this will be the default splash screen for our game. So if you want to change that, then you can add your own splash screen right here. For example, for my splash screen I will use this image. Okay, I just downloaded this from the Google, and actually you can create your own splash screen. Okay, so let me just simply drag and drop that in there. And now if we click on preview, as you can see it didn't show our splash screen. So for that, right here in the background we have this overlay opacity. Let's just move this right there. Now if we click on preview, okay, it didn't show that. Let me remove this tick. It's still the same. Okay, so right here in the background image, let me actually remove that from there, and in the background image let me drag and drop that. If we click on preview now, as you can see, we can now see our splash screen. Okay, so in this way you can add your splash screen. Just simply drag and drop your image inside this background. And then you can select this overlay opacity as well. So if you want the background to be a little bit blurry, then you can do that as well. For example, let's move that there. As you can see, let's click on blur background. Okay, and then you can select the value for it. Okay, let's just leave this on 1 now. And then there are some other settings as well, but we will leave this all as it is. And you can mess around with this to check how all of these works, but we will now leave this as it is. So now, after all of that, now we can simply close this, then go inside build setting and make sure that all of your scenes are right here. And then I want to build this game for PC, Mac and Linux standalone. You can also choose for Android, but for that you need to install the Android and also you need to add the mobile inputs. Okay, and for the WebGL you need to install the WebGL. Now we have the PC, so we will simply build this for PC, Mac and Linux. So select that. Right here you can choose different options and then the target platform. You can choose the compression method. We will leave this as default and then click on build, and inside this folder let's create a new folder by the name of game setup. Let me refresh it. Here is the game setup. Select that and then click on select folder, and now in a minute or two our game will be built for PC, Mac and Linux. As you can see now, our build completed with the result of succeed in 250 seconds. So it means that it is built successfully. Now let me close that. Let me close this as well. Okay, let's remove that. Here is my game and you can see here is the folder. Let me click on large icons. As you can see, here is our game icon. If we want to see this in small icon, here is the game small icon. Okay, let's click on large. This is the game, and now if we double click on it, you will notice it will play the game. As you can see, it shows the splash screen, and right here is the game. As you can see, the animated name is showing right there. And guys, as you can see, we have a problem with our canvas, so that's why it is showing like this. But you can just simply resize the canvas according to your screen. My screen is a little bit larger, so that's why it is showing like this. But if we click on options, as you can see, here is our three characters, and if we want to play this play the mission on this character, click on it, and as you can see, it plays the game. Okay, and I am recording the screen halfly, so that's why you will not see the health bar, but I can see it. Okay, so now let me pick up the rifle. Okay, now I can see the ammo and everything. Let's walk around. Okay, so everything works fine. Okay, let me now check the quit button. Now if you click on the quit button, it will basically quit the game. Okay, and as I told you that this doesn't work in Unity, but when you build the game it works then. Okay, and guys, let me end this video right here and let me record the game in the full screen. But first of all, let's solve the canvas issue. So if we go inside scene, then we have this main menu right here. Let's actually maximize that. Okay, let's go inside scene. Let's go inside 2D. Now let's maximize. Select the menu. Now let's maximize it. Okay. What we can do right here is select this image, and actually we can resize this like that. Let's move down the zombie land to the screen. Okay, we need to move it down a little bit more. Click on the nameplate. Let's move it right there. And as you can see now, we can see the zombie land there. And let's do the same for this one. Let's close that, do that, and then in here let's click on this menu and let's drag and drop that like this. Select the player, move it right there. Select the next one, move it there. Then this one, move it there. Okay, let's see the game. Where are the characters now? Okay, it looks good. Let's bring down the nameplate. Okay, and let's move the back button up there. Okay, we have the back button right there. Let's move it a little bit down and this side. Okay, move it to the left again. So to the left and move it right here. Okay, we will just leave this as it is now. Let's save it and then click on build settings. Then click on build, select the folder, click select folder, and now it will do it again. As you can see, this time it just took 38 seconds because we have already set that up. Now let's test our game again in the full screen. So in here, if we click on this game setup now and click on this third person zombie game, as you can see, here is the splash screen, and right here we have the main menu. If you click on options, we can select characters, and when you click on play, it will play the game. If you click on quit, it will quit the game. Okay, and like this we can start it again. Now let's click on options. Let's select, for example, let me select this character now. Okay, and now you can see the health bar right there, and if I choose the weapon. As you can see, it shows the weapon information as well. Let's shoot down this zombie. As you can see now, the zombie is dead. We can't shoot that zombie because our ammo will not go to that position. Okay, there are these zombies. Okay, then we have this zombie running towards us. We can shoot this zombie as well. But now, as you can see, our game looks perfect. And we can actually click on this and then click on menu, and on the menu we have different options again now. And then when we click on quit, it will simply quit the game. So guys, in this way you can build a game, and also when you want to make some changes, then make the changes, and also then you can change the version number as well. For example, you see most of the application and most of the games that when there is a bug or kind of any error, then they just simply fix that and then also change the version number. So it is just a simple process. I'll show you how to do all of that, and with this done, let's end this video right here.